Hey, good morning. It is Travels with Dottie, and it is March 2nd, 2024. And I'm going to share one of my routines for food shopping that has proven quite successful for me financially. Everyone knows that, well, everyone that knows a little bit about Quartzsite knows that there's two regular grocery stores in town, Coyote Fresh Foods and Roadrunner, and they're small town grocery stores. They're fairly expensive. Oddly enough, not that much more expensive than if you go to like Blythe and go to Albertsons. It's not that much different. But here is my strategy. I have my shopping list with me. And the first stop I'm going to make is going to be Dollar General, and there's also a Family Dollar, and I sort of like them equally. And I go through the dollar store and I get as many items on my list as I can. And then with what's left on my list, the things they don't have, then I will go to, like today, I went to Roadrunner, and today was a really good day. I spent, it was a pretty heavy shopping day, and I spent $99 at the dollar store. And here's a little, here's a shot of what I got, so you can see what I got for $99. And at the end of it, there's kind of a shot of the sales slip, so you can, if you're really interested, you can freeze your picture and zoom in on the receipt and see what individual things cost. But then all I had on my list afterwards was to go to Roadrunner and buy a package of fresh chicken tender fillets, and that was just under $10. So you can even make your dollar stretch further if you make 3 stops. There's Ken's Discount Grocery and Discount Grocery Liquidators are both different businesses in Quartzsite that they basically buy pallets of expired dry goods. So if you can find dry goods that you don't think the taste will be affected by the expiration date, you can save a ton of money going there first, then to the dollar store, then to Roadrunner or Coyote. One thing I know to avoid there is Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts don't do well after the expiration date. Don't buy Pop-Tarts that are expired. That's my personal experience. That is the only thing I've ever bought at either one of those places that dry goods expired that I had any kind of issue with whatsoever. Things like, the big saver, if you're into breakfast cereals, oh gosh, you can save a ton of money by buying expired breakfast cereals. And I've done it a few times, and there was no way that I could detect any kind of difference in taste from something that is, and believe me, with dry goods, there's no danger to expired goods like there is for refrigerated or frozen goods. It's an entirely different thing. There's lots of canned goods there, and canned goods are good for years and years and years. And there's some things with canned goods to watch out for. If there's any swelling in the can, get rid of it. If the can's deformed in any way, that's no good. And here we are coming into town. Now, this is a slower time of year, but there's still plenty of people around because people know this is pretty much ideal weather in Quartzsite. It's in the mid 70s during the day. It's maybe low to mid 50s overnight. It's you rarely need any additional heat source at night. During the day, you may need a little shade, but that's easy enough to create shade. And it's just, these days and nights are just about perfect. However, today we have nasty winds. That doesn't stop people from having fun. You can you can get creative with your rigs. Like I'm going over to a meetup with Deborah Dickinson and Frugal RV Gal today. And they have rigs set up as a strategic wind block. So they're going to have a potluck at about 2:30 in the afternoon when the winds are going to be at their peak, a sustained 20, 25 miles an hour. But they've got a wind block set up, so they get around that. And here I'm sneaking down Kuhn Street because there was one thing I needed a pair of tongs for the kitchen tongs, and I wanted to stop by my favorite tent down here is the kitchen place. And as we get down here, we're going to see that they're not open, and would have suspected that. You see those flags going on the left? When they're high winds, these tent-based businesses can't really function, so they have to close down. So they were closed. This guy ahead of me was going real slow, but he's looking around trying to figure out where to go, what to do. And that's something, in Quartzsite you got to get used to. People are, maybe here for the first time and they don't understand where to go, where they are, and they need time. And I'm happy to give that to them. That there's that icon. I consider that iconic sign on the left, the Tyson Wells sign. That's the game store and the headquarters for the company that owns most of the property here. And as you go through and you pass everything, all the tents and vendors, you go into actual Tyson wash. We're down in here, and this is actually a wash. And when they have big rainstorms, this turns into, across this road, a river, and the road gets closed. They even have gates up there that are ready to be swung shut when that happens. And I have a video I did a while ago, right after a storm, and I came down here, and you would swear there was no road here, and it looked like a river that's been flowing for 100 years. But then 2 days later, the sediment was scraped off, and the road was back open. So we're going kind of around the back way to Main Street, West Main Street in Quartzsite, and I'm going to skip right there. So in here we are. We just crossed over I-10, and this is West Main Street, and on this end you've got the Pilot truck stop. You've got McDonald's. You've got Times 3 restaurant, great restaurant. I've eaten there quite a few times this year. That's on the right here. It's green. And as we get up here past the Pilot and the McDonald's, we go a little bit, and I widen the view here so you can see more of both sides of the road. We will get up here, and we'll go to the dollar store. And I always get them mixed up. One's Family Dollar, one's Dollar General. And I think this is Dollar General that we're going into today. And I got talking to the lady in line, the cashier, and she gave me a courtesy coupon with $5 discount. But she said if you use their app, you download their app and sign up for it, you can get additional discounts when you're shopping in there to make it even less expensive. And that's another tip I have for you. People complain about it seems outrageously high prices here in town in McDonald's, and they're not kidding. It is high. But if you use the McDonald's app, you can get 2-for-1 deals, and you can pay half the cost of what they're asking. And that's what whenever I go to McDonald's for something, I use the app, and I get a 2-for-1. So there is a way to have affordable meals at McDonald's in Quartzsite. But if you go in there blind, it's gonna be very expensive, and you're not gonna like it very much. But use the app; it's easy to download on both Apple and Android. So I had quickly jumped to. I didn't take the camera into the store. I went and did my shopping, and spent my $99, and I'm off to Roadrunner now just to buy some chicken tender strips, fresh chicken, I guess chicken tenders. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but what I do, I use them. I chop them up, hit them on the saucepan with a real high heat, and then I throw them in with rice and sometimes pasta and vegetables in my Instant Pot, and make a meal in my small Instant Pot that'll be not a meal, it'll be maybe 4 meals for me. And it's very affordable doing it that way. And yeah, I run my Instant Pot off my battery bank, and I even did it the other day when I was facing low states of charge because we had a couple of days of hardly any sun, and I was getting down to, I think my low was about 42% capacity. But I powered through that. It always makes me nervous when I get low, but I powered, no pun intended, but I powered through that and didn't. There's always a temptation to throw the generator on and throw some amps in the battery bank, but I resisted that temptation. And I'm sitting here today doing the narration on this. It's 1:35 in the afternoon, and I'm looking at my status board, and my batteries are at 100% right now. And so I'll have 2 or 3 hours of putting a lot of amps into this battery bank, and I think I might get to absorption and hopefully float. That'd be really nice. So you can see there's traffic here. It's not like it was the end of January, but it's fairly busy. And we're gonna be done real quick because I will pull into Roadrunner up here, and I was in and out of Roadrunner in probably less than 5 minutes. There was no line. I used my tap credit card, so it was real quick going through the line with just the chicken. And like I said, that was just a hair. That was $9 and something for the chicken. And so just the day shopping was just over $100, and you saw all that stuff I got. Lots of frozen breakfast stuff. $5 or $6 was, you might have noticed if you looked real carefully, I saw a couple of cockroaches, so I got this this paste that's supposed to be really good to get rid of cockroaches. They kind of creep me out when I see one of those. And here we are at Roadrunner, and I'm going to go in, and that is going to be the video for today. I hope you enjoyed my errand and grocery shopping tips for Quartzsite.